Hey fish fans, it's Raina, and it has been a while since I have done one of these vlogs to catch you up on life and everything that's going on in our crazy mermaid world. So I'm really excited to just tell you a whole bunch of what's happening, and then hopefully you can expect some edited videos, reviews, unboxing, tutorials, all my usual stuff. It's going to start rolling out in the fall and winter. Lately I've been really focusing on shorts because we've been going viral on shorts, and we did get the silver play button, which is pretty cool. We did a video on that before. We're actually over 400,000 subscribers right now, which is mind-blowing. I cannot believe it. My stuff is doing really well in India, and I want to say hello to all of my fans in India. I have some friends who are from India, and I'm hoping I can do a collaborative video with them at some point. Maybe they can translate some of what I'm saying, and we can talk about why mermaids are becoming so popular in India, because it's happening for a lot of merfolk. It's just something that you don't see there a lot, so it's really cool. Before we get started, I just want to ask you to hit the like and subscribe if you don't already like and subscribe. I really appreciate when you leave me comments. It helps the algorithm. And if you have some time, please go check out our shorts. It's where I put up all those little behind the scenes, the funny little outtakes, and just little clips that don't really fit anywhere else but are also really super interesting. Okay, so one of the reasons why you have not been seeing a lot of videos in long format from me is that for the past year, my husband and I have been working full-time at our day jobs where we train pilots and running our mermaid business and taking care of our son, who was 1 at the start and is now 2, because we did not have childcare. So trying to juggle all of those things during a childcare crisis was really, really difficult, and it took us until now to actually get childcare. So we basically had no lives. We would spend all day and all night working. We would have to stretch our hours out because we would need to take breaks to take care of our son and take turns with him. We actually worked for the same company, which was kind of convenient in that way. I wasn't able to take as many gigs because of this, and it's just been difficult. Now there's good things to it because we got to spend all this extra time with our son and watch him grow up, and he is just such a wonderful little fish. I've decided to stop using his real name on the internet as much as I can, only if it's like a friends only Facebook kind of thing. Sometimes I still mess up, but to try to respect his privacy and find a balance between sharing what it's like being a mother, but also respecting his privacy, we're gonna call him Trout. So his nickname is Trout. It's not his real name, but that's what we're calling him. So Trout just had his 2nd birthday, and he's doing really well, and he started daycare, and we're really proud of him. So that was the big piece as to why we just did not have time. We have a ton of video content for you, but it can take Sean up to 40 hours to edit and produce one of these videos after we collect all the content. It's just a lot of time. Also, now we've got these really great new phones, S23s, and that's what I'm filming this on, and I am now able to start doing more mobile filming and mobile editing because the software is kind of catching up. I'm not going to do all my videos on this because I need to, when I'm doing underwater footage and stuff, I need to throw it up on the PC, on Vegas Pro, do that color correcting, make sure there's no artifacting, overlap with videos and pictures, and have some cool transitions and stuff like that. So that's like, I'm still going to do that, but for things like this where I'm just kind of doing an update vlog, or if I'm just showing you a couple of clips like I did in my most recent video, if you haven't seen it yet, it's me swimming in the Linden in the Caribbean Ocean in Mexico. It's pretty cool. I was able to do that on my phone. That's going to help us a lot as parents, because if we're up with our son and he's not sleeping and we're trying to get him to bed and we're taking turns and it's taking like an hour and a half, I can kind of work away on my phone, and it's cool. It's cool. That piece. The next big piece of news I have is that we have gotten our own TV show, which is really cool. It's a Canadian show. It doesn't have a name yet. It's starting off as a pilot that doubles as a documentary, and this is the standard for this network. That's what they do. They launch it with a sort of like a mini doc that's an hour long, and then you get serialized episodes. So it's a for sure thing. It's happening. They actually just sent us to Mexico, which is really cool. It was not something we had in the cards. We spent our money to go to California for California Mermaid Con. I'm gonna have a video about that and everything, but these guys sent us to Merweek in Cozumel, Mexico. I'd never been to Cozumel before. We're gonna do some video series about that, and this whole project has been really amazing. I did a video about how I was cut from Netflix, and I did that video before the Netflix series aired. I have a lot of thoughts about Netflix, and I'm trying to figure out the best way to present them, because I do have some friends that were in it. I'm very proud of them, and I don't want to make them feel alienated or hurt by my thoughts and opinions, because I am truly very proud and happy for them, and I'm happy things are working for them. I also don't want to be misinterpreted as being resentful, because in the beginning I was maybe a little resentful because they let us know very last minute that we were cut, and it was almost embarrassing because we were promoting it and we believed, like everyone else, that we were in it, so that was a bit of a bummer. But I'm not resentful. In fact, after seeing some of it, I'm kind of happy that we weren't included. So I think what I'm probably going to do is film some reaction videos, and I'm going to fact check some things. It's really interesting because I was following the Twitter feed on the hashtag, and there are people who aren't even in the mer community, who knew nothing about the mer community going into this, fact-checking this documentary. And I don't even like the term documentary. It's almost like a mockumentary, because a lot of things are scripted and some things are just wrong. Like the chance to address those things, yeah. But I have to do it in a way that is respectful to all the parties involved. I do really respect the director, producer. I know that the choices were not their choices. I don't want to burn a bridge with Netflix either. Not that I think I will ever get a Netflix shot again, but you never know. And I also don't want to cause myself any problems with my own filming that we're doing here. So in terms of my show, it's only going to be available in Canada, but there is some talk of streaming options, and down the road, what happens with the shows that this network produces is that sometimes they do get picked up a few seasons in by a streaming network, and then that network has like the 3 or 4 seasons and then starts doing things in live. Another update, I got Patty Mermaid and Patty Advanced Mermaid certified, and I met this wonderful instructor named Alana, who moved to Nova Scotia from Toronto. She is amazing. I love her. You're going to see her in some of my clips. The Patty Mermaid training is really interesting. I found the basic Patty Mermaid kind of redundant to my experience, which makes sense because I've been doing this almost 15 years. But I found the advanced really, really helpful because we worked on skills like rescuing people in the ocean, very similar to freediving, a lot of overlap. So I'm going to be doing a video about that where I talk about that and why I think everybody should get it. Even if you're a mermaid like me who's been around for a long time, I still think it's really important to get, and we will talk about that. My next step for that is to become an instructor so that I can certify people here in Nova Scotia. I would be working with Alana and another instructor named Han Chang and I, we were on the Halifax Freediving Board of Directors and the group for that, and he is also a freediving instructor in addition to, I believe he and Alana are both scuba instructors as well, and he is a mermaid instructor. So I would work with those two, and I would do mostly children because they would like to focus more on adults, and children is sort of my niche, and that's what I'm really good with, and I can take that programming and adapt it to children, so that would be my goal. Not there yet. I need an instructor. It's like a double layer instructor to come to Nova Scotia, and they're looking at having someone from Montreal come down. It's not confirmed yet, but I do have to have someone who's not them certify me, or I have to travel to get certified. And part of it has to be in open water, so it has to be at a time of year where it's warm enough to do that. So Mexico is amazing. I can't wait to tell you all about it. One funny thing is that our luggage did go missing for the majority of the trip. My husband's was sent to the Middle East in Qatar. Of all places. It's so weird. Yeah, it's just been a wild year. I'm also going to be finally having surgery for my endometriosis, which is the disease I have. If you have followed my other videos, you know all about it. If you're new, I will probably do a separate video update on that. It is going to put me out of commission for 6 to 12 weeks at the end of this year, probably late fall, maybe around my birthday in November, we'll have to see. But the good thing is since I will be home and on leave, I can probably focus on my video content. I was invited to the official YouTube Shorts program, which is pretty cool. I now have a mentor through that and access to a special Discord, and I'm getting to work with other top tier YouTube creators on collaborations and get some professional development and all kinds of stuff there, and we'll see if that comes into anything. I have a few new tail skins. I'll try to do some videos on those soon. Really, we've just been having insane weather where I live. It is a very unusual year, and I'll wrap up my video by just kind of giving you an overview of what's been happening. happening. So in May, we went to California Mermaid Con. When we came home, we experienced the worst wildfires our province has ever had. We don't usually get wildfires. If we do, they're small and isolated. This was devastating to our province. It was the worst in the history of our province, and the smoke lasted for weeks. It made it impossible to go outside and do anything. After that, we did a rain dance to get the rain, and the rain never stopped. We have had massive flooding 2 or 3 times now. Our family is okay because we live on high ground in an apartment, but many of my mermaids, many of my friends, they lost their basements or part of their home. They've had significant damage to their property. Pools have been flooded and damaged. Some of the pools that we were using for gigs got closed down, and it's been wild. Another thing that's been impacting my business is that the government changed last year. The previous government supplemented the cost of pool rentals. So a person could get a pool rental from anywhere between $50 to $125 an hour, depending on the pool and the size of the space they were renting. Now it's like $250 to $450. So clients do not have the budget to rent an indoor pool for an hour and then pay mermaids and then have a party. So that has kind of killed the business in that regard. So we've had to really branch out in the different types of events we're doing. Obviously the TV show is helping, and online stuff like YouTube is helping. Mertailor affiliate code helps a lot. If you use my affiliate code, you're gonna get 10%, and I get that 10% as well. So that's Raina10, all caps. My Patreon has not been doing great. I lost a lot of people last year when I took a hiatus. I paused it so people weren't charged, but I wasn't able to put out new content because we were just too overwhelmed with the no childcare situation. So it did take a bit of a nosedive. I am still putting out content, and I have tons of new stuff coming. So I really hope you'll consider subscribing to my Patreon if you are a recreational or professional mermaid. Or if you just want to give me $2 a month, it ends up being like $24 a year. I think you can get a discount just to support what I do. So that is patreon.com/RainaMermaid, and I have tutorials, I have reviews that are extra, I have behind the scenes that nobody else gets to see, I have links that nobody else gets to see, there's merchandise, there's templates that you can print out and use for your business, there's scripts for your business, there's documents that you can use for your business. And I try to, anytime I learn something, I try to put it in Patreon so that you can learn from me. I recently did some workshops with Hannah Fraser and Brett Stanley, and they went really well, and I learned a lot from that. So I would like to transfer that information to you as well. So that's where we are. I feel like this video has gone on long enough, and I'm gonna have to edit out the ums and ahs, but I just wanted to kind of give you an update on where things are, what's going on. We're getting really close to 500,000 subscribers, so if you don't subscribe yet, please do. I'm hoping we get to make the 1 million mark next year, and it would be really cool to get that gold play button and have a celebration about that. I've been doing a little bit of live streaming here and there on YouTube, but I do it a little sporadically. And don't forget, you can join my Facebook group if Facebook is your thing, and you can find me on Instagram as HFX Mermaid, Threads as HFX Mermaid, Raina Mermaid on TikTok, though I don't use TikTok a lot because I'm old and tired and it's a lot of work. And Twitter, now rebranded as X, I am HFX Mermaid. So check me out. Thank you so much for all your love and support. I really, really, really appreciate you. And honestly, if you can just leave me a comment, I just want to know who watches these videos. Why do you watch them? Are you a mermaid? Are you a mermaid enthusiast? Have you been watching me for a long time, or are you new? What kind of things do you want to see in the videos? I want to make sure that I'm making content that you like. So, best wishes. Hope you like my new green hair. I'm enjoying it. I think I'm going to do the fun colors for a while. Have a great day.